When I say every day, y'all say love. Every day. Love. Every day. Love.
Y'all not watching WomanHood? You not joining us? Join the party, baby. You're missing out.
Sister, tell me what you need and I got you. Teach me, I teach you. Show me what you know and then I show you. Get your queen on. Yeah, I got a shoulder you can lean on. Assignment, understood. Now tell me what's the T on WomanHood.
How can you say as women having a father in your life has impacted you?
I'll go. I will say that having my dad since birth has definitely impacted my life because he has shown me by being active, not just financially, but into the things that I enjoy spending time with me. He showed me how I'm supposed to be treated. So I have a whole different level of expectation when it comes to dating because it's like my dad showed me how a queen is supposed to be treated, and I'm not gonna let you treat me any less. Of course, it's gonna look different, but when I look for a significant other, I'm looking for the level of respect that my father gives me. I'm looking for the attentiveness. Like if I say I need something, is he there? Is he gonna support me? Or he's gonna be like, oh well, that sucks, and keep it pushing.
So it's crazy because we're in a world, in a dating environment where everybody does popcorn dating, right? And so if you have a standard, it's like, one thing I get is, you a daddy's girl, you spoiled. And for the longest time, y'all, I thought that was a negative thing. Like, I'm spoiled. Okay, I don't want to be spoiled. But no, the fact that I had a father there to show me that this is what a man is supposed to do. A man's supposed to take care of this, take care of that. I'm grateful. I thank God I had that. Right. But I'm still flexible to where the partner that I'm with, okay, if that's what he gonna take care of, I'll take care of this. Right. So I think, and that goes back to men being intimidated. It goes back to pride. You know, if you saying you spoiled or because you had your daddy, so you're telling me you're used to dealing with women without fathers, with
that's
low
exactly
standards, and that's what you want. Yeah, you want a yes man or a yes woman, as I say.
And they don't like to be held accountable.
Yeah, but I'm gonna hold you accountable.
Come on, man.
And either you gonna step up, you gonna king up, or you gonna king out the way.
Come on, man.
So with the daddy thing, I grew up with my dad, but my dad was also a minister. Okay. So I grew up in the church all day.
Come on, Ira.
7 a week. And so that was different. But then now growing up, like I really, there was a lot of unlearning that I had to do because my parents did what they could do with what they had and the knowledge that they had. So when you become older and you become your own person, it's your job then to evaluate your values and your beliefs. Because at that point, your parents, they did what they could do, and now it's your responsibility to evaluate and does it line up? Because everybody wasn't blessed to have parents to spoil you like that, which is great. Yeah. But others may have to, they was there, but they wasn't there. Yeah. So they didn't give them that hug. They didn't give them that love. They didn't speak to them. Yeah. They was a provider, and they went and sat down in front of TV. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you have to take responsibility for yourself as an adult when you get older to evaluate, self-assess your values and your belief system. Right. Because what I found out as when I became older, is that a lot of things that I learned, I had to unlearn. Right. And for me to grow and to be better, I had to challenge myself.
Come on now.
And I can't hold someone to a higher standard that I'm not even doing for myself.
Yeah.
So boom, it's your girl KK. Welcome back to WomanHood, presented to you by Everyday Love. I am here again with Alicia and Carly, and we're here to talk about fatherless homes. First of all, ladies, like I did last time, I'm gonna jump straight into it. Here we go. The relationship you have with your father or the lack thereof affects your relationship with friends, family, romantic partners, and coworkers. How we handle things become perceptual instead of intentional. And reality. We base our experiences on our past and carry the pain with us to every relationship that comes after. Have you ever ruined a relationship due to the relationship you have or the lack thereof with your father? Whether it be a friendship, relationship, the relationship with yourself.
I would say yes. And it's sad because I vowed to never be that girl, but winded up being that girl of fatherless household. And I can say that there can be, depending on the person's on personal opinion, I would say personally for myself, there is a way of being too independent, especially being in a relationship, and that was one of the things that was in my last relationship. I didn't let him be a man, if that makes sense. It's just like, don't worry about it, I got it. Like, I know if I do it, it's gonna get done. Versus trusting and putting my trust fully into a man, but being from a fatherless home, how could I put my trust into a man? Because a man never showed me I could trust him.
Right.
So, unfortunately, it is the baggage, and I'm working through that now because I am older, and I know that in the long run, God didn't destine my life to be by myself. So I know that eventually I'm going to have to overcome my obstacles and my trauma, and I'm working through that now. But it's the fact that I had to accept, like, you didn't want to be that girl, but you really are that girl.
But at least you can acknowledge it. A lot of people don't even acknowledge it. They just be like, oh well, like they make it into a him problem. Like he wasn't the one. He wasn't enough. He was doing too much.
Like, if we would go out somewhere, I'm walking straight to the door, and he like, you ain't gonna even let me like see if I want to open the door for you. And I'm like, oh my bad, you know. But the mood is already, you know, messed up because I didn't reach for the door handle. So it's like, or just in general, just walking together. I'm just walking. Like, you ain't gonna walk with me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
For me, I wouldn't say ruined, but I would definitely say damaged. Definitely damaged a relationship because of that absence. But my previous relationship taught me a lot about myself, and I was able to identify why I was doing certain things that I was doing due to the absence. So I don't want to say, but trauma plays a big part of it. Being able to acknowledge your wrongdoing and fixing it, I say, would be the biggest positive outcome of that for me, instead of focusing on that negative for me, because it is very sensitive. And the older I get, the more I learn, like, okay, I need to be treated like this. I need to allow a man to do this for me, even though I am a woman and I didn't see this growing up. Now that I'm on this journey and learning, I need to know that sometimes I gotta sit back and let a man do, whatever it is that he needs to do, because at the same time as I'm growing as a woman, he is also growing as a man, and I have to understand it. And it took a lot for me to realize that, and I'm still learning through that. It's a lot of things that I have to catch myself with when I am dealing, with the male relationships. I'm a Libra, so that is something that has played such a damaging part, though. It's played such a damaging part in my life because of that absence, and that's something that I am currently working on and understanding that, God built a man and God built a woman, so sometimes you gotta let those roles do what they're destined to do.
Yes. I think for me, I shouldn't say right, but I'm gonna use the word damaged as well. And I think that him being absent pretty much caused me to damage the relationship with myself, because I put everything on me. Like, I'm big now, but when I was little, one of the nicknames I had in my family was Butterball. So that was my nickname. But I was very I didn't have no confidence. And when my daddy finally did come around, I'm 25. I think I've only seen my daddy about 4 times in my whole entire life. And I have siblings. There's 7 of us in total. Which is a crazy story on how I met them. But when he finally came around, I just remember myself asking my mom, and then I asked myself, is he not around because I'm big? Of course I'm little, so That's the first thing that's coming to my head. And what I noticed was it became a pattern. Like even in my relationships, I'm like, okay, I'm the problem. When in reality, like, yeah, sometimes you probably are because you're lacking certain, things. But in general, like, no, you're not the problem. Your mindset is the problem, and that has taken me the longest little journey to get out of. And like you said, you're a leaver. I'm the leaver, girl. Like it don't take much. I've gotten better than what I used to be, but still to this day, like, don't play with me. I will leave you, and I won't explain. I told y'all that the first time.
I commend y'all because I haven't got to that point.
But see, let me tell you what got me to that point, though. Staying too long. I stayed too long in one situationship. It wasn't a relationship. I stayed too long in one situationship, and that for the rest of my life, don't play with me, because I'm gonna show you.
Yeah. Now that's me. It's like
don't play with me.
I haven't got to that point just because, like you say, with your confidence, like I was another one that wasn't told, oh, you pretty, oh, hey, pretty girl, or main thing because I'm tall, so I was like, oh, you so tall, so I never got that confidence. But then when I found it in this man and realizing, okay, yeah, he loved me for real, like he loved every part of me. But I was neglecting myself too, and it's like, okay, maybe I am tripping, or don't be that person to where, okay, don't be the nagger. But then you become somebody that's always there, so then they using you too. So it's like, okay, this man really sees that I'm really loyal. Another thing, is there a way that you can be too loyal?
Absolutely.
And it's like, you are being extremely loyal to this person, but again, you draining yourself in the same way. But it's like, who do I turn to? I can't turn to my dad. I can't turn to my brother because I've never had a positive male role model until I got with him. So it's just like, he has so many positive qualities that can you overlook the negative? And it's just like, are you really doing yourself due diligence by looking over that negative?
Right.
So it's a lot I can break down into the fatherless and just him not being there, and just many nights where you can sit there and be person just sitting in your own tears and just every man has let me down in my life. So it's just like, okay, so where do I go from here?
Now, I have a question. It's not even on my list, but it came to my head. Did you all come from, I wouldn't call them overly independent, but I'm going to use it in this sentence. Did you all come from overly independent moms?
Yep.
Yes?
And that's what I suffer from. Overly independent, because my mom literally went out there and got everything that she could by herself.
Yeah.
So just seeing her, again, that's all I saw. So how can I put so much faith and just, power into a man if I never saw a man be a man?
Ding, we gonna get to
so
that
how do I can't recognize it because I don't know it.
Right.
But I can see, oh, you a boss, like,
yeah,
you got your own show, you got this, you got that,
yeah,
and you're a female, so you out here doing it. So I can relate to you because I've seen that strong, independent female, and I want to be that strong, independent female too. Again, just going back to my point, is it too much though? When I am looking for love, do I know how to cut it on and cut it off?
But see, okay, hold on, Carly, because let me get you right first.
Okay.
There is no such thing. You should never be in a position where you have to turn it off and turn it on and turn it off. If you feel like you got to turn it on and turn it off, you're in the wrong spot. Because I feel like when you in the presence of that man, whatever you come with, not to say like you got to be all crazy and he got to accept it. Nah, like how you was saying, like she a boss and she that. Man, men know when they in the presence of a boss. You at the right place at the right time with the right person. Don't ever feel like you got to turn it on and off, because I ain't turning nothing off either. Yeah. We going 100 or we ain't doing nothing.
Or you not?
No. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, Carmen.
It's okay.
No,
girl.
Absolutely.
Girl. Yes.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Leave.
Girl, okay.
That's one of them. That's one of them moments.
What's funny is my mama is the same way. Like my mom, she's dating too, and my mom, she quick. I'm like, what happened? Oh, I had to let him know. Mama, what he doing? Like, what?
But see, that plays a major part in, like, going back to the last episode with self-love. Like, I think because my father wasn't around, the older I got, I had this confidence about myself that was like, man, can't nobody tell me nothing. Literally, don't tell me nothing. But like, you're not gonna play with me. We not gonna waste no time. Time is of the essence. I may be here today and gone tomorrow. So right now, while you in my face, don't play with me, cause I ain't gonna play with you. Girl, I don't play with you. But
it's coming around. Like, it's definitely coming around now. But I wasn't at that point.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't. So now I'm like, I ain't wasting no more time now. I'm about to be 30. Like, I'm knocking on the door. So it's like, at this point, I don't have no time to waste.
Right.
So I'm not gonna sit around and wait to see if you want to be with me. No, you should know if you want to do it or not. You know.
I agree. Okay, Carly.
I do want to add in. My dad was around as a child, like toddler child. So in the household, my mom and my dad never lived together. So it was always seeing my mom take care of everything in the household. So to answer your question, yes. Sometimes the older I got, I never knew how she got done. Whatever it is that needs to be done, and never asked questions. You weren't even allowed.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but in a child's place.
Yes, but yeah, never like rent was always paid. Never lacked anything. Like food always on the table. With or without a job, it was always done. And I find that that's something that I've also acknowledged about myself, because I absolutely, hate is a strong word. I highly dislike, it's like 99.9% close to hate. When people do stuff for me, like I cannot have people, it's like I can only depend on me. Like I can't depend on nobody. Second on there. Like,
let's talk. So let me get you together, because see, I think one thing that's going to really be a problem in your future relationships, you can't be like that.
And I'm really working on it. I am really working on that. My current relationship right now, I've opened up a little bit more, because he does things for me that's so unproblematic. And I really admire that, because that's the flaw that I have in myself. Because I don't ask somebody to do anything for me, I feel like it will not get done right if I don't do it. Like me.
If you want something done right,
just go ahead and do it.
Yes. Do what you
And then it's just a waiting around. Like, if you wait,
see,
when I know I can get it done real fast, like, come on, man.
If I gotta wait, leave. Everything you believe, girl. Everything you believe in moment for me. Don't do that, girl.
Every little thing.
Which I'm working on, because I don't think that I've ever left anything that I just feel bad. Do I want anything bad? No. If I left, I left.
Exactly.
But what I do think is timing is everything, and when I left probably wasn't the right time, because there was probably more things I could have learned or done better, but I didn't, because I quit. I gave up. And to answer the question, I came from an over independently mom, but my mom is nothing like me, and I think people be so surprised when they actually meet her, because people see me and they like, your personality is like this, and my mama is nothing like that. Quiet lady, nothing like me. But she never bashed my father. She gave me the opportunity to see for myself.
Right.
And at first, of course, people say you can't miss nothing you ain't never had, but until you're a little kid watching your friends' daddies come pick them up from school and going to father-daughter dance, I never got that experience. So I think that the older I got, I wasn't anti-men, but I was like,
the more you come into contact with, like, okay.
I would look at them like, what I need you for? And my mama was never like that, but watching her, like, she never had one. Not mama knows this. But, you know, she had her little friends, but nobody to just be like, we here,
right.
You know?
And it's funny that you mentioned how you and your mama opposite. I'm opposite. My mom is the out there, radio host and everything. She knows everybody. My brother knows everybody. And then me, they like, wait, that's your sister? I didn't even know you had a sister.
Oh
like,
my God.
it's so opposite. But again, it's just, I guess, my defense mechanism. Like, I stay to myself. And I'm quiet, but don't think I don't see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I
They
evaluate the
tell
whole
people all the
room
time, the
before.
quiet ones are the ones
Right,
to look
that's
for.
the ones to look for. And
Yeah.
it's just like, I had to be that because just being hurt over and over again is just like, now, it's sad to say, but I look for the negative first, like, okay, go on. And nothing else go, like it's just like
opportunities before they can
even get there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but again, this is a part of my growth, and I'm realizing it, and I'm growing through it. So I can acknowledge that and say, because everybody, like I'm acknowledging y'all, everybody is not at that point. So the ones that are not at that point and who may not have the confidence to, leave or deal, whatever you want to call it, it's still a work in progress, but as long as you're making that progress to do it and then, accepting, because my dad, he wasn't there physically. I think they got a divorce when I was 3. So he did once live with us, and then once they got a divorce, was gone. But other than that, that was it. I mean, we had weekends and stuff, but that wasn't a father. That was just a babysitter. You know what I mean? So it wasn't the real father. If I wanted to call and vent to my dad, there's no venting, there's no calling, hey dad, I need X, Y, and Z. I don't get that. I didn't get that privilege, and I still can't do that now. So it's just like me calling or asking a guy for something like, I hate it, and I have one that is just like, okay, I know he's gonna do his best to do it. It may not get done then, but it's gonna get done soon. So it's just like, I fight with that.
Ladies, I hate to cut this off. We actually might need to come back with a part 2 for this.
I'm here for it.
Because I didn't even get to have my questions, and I really enjoyed this conversation. So first of all, I wanted to thank you all for coming.
Thank you for the opportunity.
It is over for right now. For right now, I think we should do a part 2 on this one. But like always, thank you all for watching us. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff on all of the Everyday Love platforms. And once again, I am KK. And I want to leave you off with this tidbit. Regardless of what your relationship was like with your father, know what you want for yourself. If you know that your father was incapable of doing A, B, C, and D, make sure that you are the opposite of what he was, and make sure whoever you're investing your time and your energy to are people that are opposite of that. You want to keep positive vibes, positive energy, love and light, period. That's it. That's all. Ain't nobody told you they love you today? I can't love you. God bless.
Mm-hmm.